Good morning, students. I'm Sangeeta, lecturer in chemistry, branch general section, Institute GPT Narankhed, semester 2, subject engineering chemistry and environmental studies 2, subject code 18C204F, major topic principles of metallurgy, duration 30 minutes, subtopic definitions related to metallurgy, teaching aids, PPT, animations, diagrams wherever required. Let us recollect what we have discussed in last class. So what we have discussed in last class? We discussed characteristics of metals, differences between metals and non-metals. So once again, we will revise these characteristics of metals. So what is a metal? So how will you define a metal? So any element which forms positively charged ion by losing electrons from their valence shell and form basic oxides are called metals. So what is the physical state? They exist in solid state at room temperature except this mercury. This will exist in liquid state. So these are hard in nature, but some metals are soft in nature. We can cut with knife: sodium, potassium, magnesium, aluminum. So next, these are having high melting and boiling points, but some metals are having low melting and boiling points. These are having high densities, and some metals like sodium and potassium are less denser than water. All metals are having shining surfaces. That's why they can be used in jewelry and in decorative articles. And all metals are having malleable character and ductile characters. And they can be made into thin sheets. Among all metals, this gold, silver, aluminum, and copper are having more malleability and more ductility. Then metals are having high tensile strength, except the zinc, arsenic, and stilbene. Then the metals are good conductors of heat and electricity due to presence of free valence electrons. Among the metals, silver is the best conductor. And when they react with oxygen, they form oxides. Those oxides are basic in nature. So when they react with water and dilute acids, they liberate hydrogen gas. When reacts with hydrogen, they form ionic metal hydrides. Then they act as good reducing agents as they undergo oxidation. So these are the some of the characteristics of the metals. Next, come to the differences between the metals and non-metals. They exist in solid state. They exist in three states. They are strong and tough. They are not strong and tough. They have high melting and boiling points and have high densities. They have low melting and boiling points and low densities. They are malleable and ductile. They are not malleable and ductile but brittle. They are having small number of valence electrons. They are having more number of valence electrons. They are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are bad conductors of heat and electricity. They are lustrous and can be polished. They are non-lustrous and cannot be polished. These are basic in nature oxides. These oxides are acidic in nature. They liberate hydrogen gas with water and dilute acids. They do not liberate hydrogen gas with water and dilute acids. They form ionic hydrides. They form stable hydrides. They form ionic halides. They form covalent halides. They form alloys easily. They do not form alloys easily. So these are the two topics we studied in the last class. So today we will study the definitions related to the metallurgy. So what are the objectives? On completion of this period, you would able to understand the definitions of metallurgy, mineral, ore, gangue, flux, and slag. So these are the some of the terms related to metallurgy. So those terms definitions we will study in this class, and we will study the types of fluxes. Okay. So first, what is metallurgy? So the process of extraction and isolation of the metals from its naturally occurring materials is called metallurgy. So from where you are getting the metals? From the earth crust. Okay. So whatever the naturally occurring material from the earth crust, from that material, what we are doing? We are extracting and isolating that metal. So that process is called as metallurgy. The process of extraction means separating, bringing outside, and isolation of metals. Okay, it is called as metallurgy. The next come to minerals. Compounds of metals found in nature associated with earthy impurities like mud, sand, stones, etc. are called minerals. So already I told metal will not exist in its native form. How it will exist? It will always exist in its compound form. So here metals are existing in compound form in the nature. So how they are existing? They are existing in compound form and they are associating with some impurities. So whatever the impurities present in the earth, those impurities are present. So those are called earthly impurities. Those earthly impurities are nothing but mud. It may be mud, it may be sand, it may be stones. So whole that is called as a mineral. So metals only, they are existing in compound form and that compound form is associating with some impurities. Okay. So those are called as minerals. For example, iron. Iron is a metal. So how it is existing in the nature in the earth crust? In the iron oxide. That is hematite. Iron oxide is called as hematite. Okay. Then magnetite. That is Fe3O4. So here Fe2O3, this is Fe3O4. Okay, there. Ores, the naturally occurring minerals from which a particular metal is extracted conveniently and with minimum cost is called ore. So already I told, so there is a slight difference between mineral and ore. Ore is a mineral, mineral is a ore, you can say like that. So this is a naturally occurring mineral. Ore is nothing but it is a mineral, naturally occurring mineral. From that mineral, what we are doing? We are extracting a metal. We are separating a metal. We are removing a metal conveniently and with the minimum cost. So that type of mineral is called as ore. So whatever the mineral is there, from that mineral, we are extracting the metal. So that means we cannot extract the metal from all the ores, all the minerals, sorry. So we cannot extract the metals from all the minerals. From whichever the mineral we are extracting the metal, that is called as ore. So here see, all ores are minerals but not vice versa. All ores are minerals but all minerals are not ores. That means from all minerals we cannot extract the metal. Whatever the mineral, whichever the mineral from which we are extracting the metal, that is called ore. Okay, so all ores are minerals, but all minerals are not ores. Vice versa means, but all minerals are not ores. So from whichever the mineral you are extracting we are extracting the metal, that mineral is called as ore. Okay. Many metals are available in the form of oxides because oxygen is more abundant and highly reactive. The maximum metals, they will exist in the form of oxides only. Why means oxygen is in more quantity. Okay. And it is highly reactive. So when this oxygen is very, very reactive in nature. It means they will combine with any metal. So hematite is a ore of iron. Okay. So it is a ore. From this ore, this hematite is nothing but iron oxide is nothing but ore. From this ore, you are extracting the metal. You are removing the metal. Okay. Hematite is ore of iron, Fe2O3. Magnetite means Fe3, Fe here, Fe3O4. Okay. So like that. So maximum metals will be existing in the oxide form. Why means oxygen is more in amount and this is very, very highly reactive in nature. So now you got the difference between mineral and ore. Minerals means compounds of metals which exist in nature, and these are associating with some impurities. So the naturally occurring mineral from which we are extracting the metal conveniently. This is very important. Conveniently and with minimum cost. That is called as ore. All ores are minerals, but all minerals are not ores. Then next come to the gangue or matrix. The earthy materials and undesired chemical compounds associated with the ore is called gangue or matrix. So whatever the mineral you are getting from the earth crust, that is associated with some impurities. Just now we studied. So whatever the earthy materials and whatever the undesired means unwanted substance present in that ore is called as gangue or matrix. So we don't want that compound, that is waste matter. So that means you can say impurities. The impurities present in the ore or the unwanted substance present in the ore or the earthy impurities present in the ore. So the earthy impurities and the unwanted substance. That total is nothing but gangue or matrix. Simply you can say the impurities present in the ore. The impurity may be earthy impurities or the unwanted chemical substance, whatever it may be. So the impurities present in the ore is called as gangue or matrix. Example, quartz, calcite, fluorite, siderite. So these all are unwanted chemical substances. So example for gangue. Okay, then next come to the flux. A substance added to the ore to remove impurities in the form of fusible mass by lowering the melting point of ore is called flux. So here what we are doing to remove the impurity present in the. So what is a flux? So to remove the impurity present in the ore, so what we are doing? We are adding some substance externally. So that is called as flux. So how we are adding? By lowering the melting point. Means we are decreasing the melting point of the ore. Then we are adding some substance. So to the ore. So that whatever the impurity present on the ore, that will be removed. How it will be removed? In the form of fusible mass. So that is called as flux. So what is a flux? Whatever the impurity present in the ore, to remove that impurity, so we are adding some substance externally. So whatever the substance we are adding, that substance is called as flux. So what these fluxes are classified into two types, that is acidic flux and basic flux. So first one we will see the what is acidic flux. A chemical substance used to remove basic impurities like iron oxide, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, etc. is called acidic flux. So what is meant by acidic flux? The flux which is in acidic nature is called as acidic flux. So when we will use this acidic flux, when the impurities are in basic nature. So whatever the impurities present in the ore, those impurities are in basic nature, then we will use acidic flux. So a chemical substance used to remove basic impurities. So what may be the impurities? Like iron oxide, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide is called acidic flux. So example for acidic flux, silicon oxide, phosphorus oxide. Okay, so these are the two acidic fluxes we will use when the impurity is in basic nature. That means if calcium oxide is present, if magnesium oxide is present, if iron oxide is present, these impurities are, these fluxes are used, these acidic flux, these substances. So calcium oxide is present if impurity is present in the ore. So when you add this silicon oxide, so what happens? Reaction takes place between these two and you get a fusible mass. Okay, that means impurity is removed in the form of fusible mass. So do you understand what is acidic flux? When the impurity is in basic nature in the ore, whatever the substance we are adding, that should be in acidic nature. That type of flux is called as acidic flux. So flux means it is a substance to remove the impurity. So which impurity it is removing? It is removing the basic impurity. So that's why we should use acidic impurity. If both are bases, impurity will not be removed. If both are acids, impurity will not be removed. If the impurity is base, you have to use acidic flux. Then only reaction takes place. Okay. So that impurity will be removed in the form of fusible mass. So that is called as acidic flux. And come to the basic flux. A chemical substance used to remove acidic impurities like SiO2, P2O5, etc. is called basic flux. Quite opposite. There are what we added to remove the basic impurity, we added acidic flux. So here basic flux means to remove the acidic impurity, what we have to add? We have to add basic flux. That means the flux which is in basic nature. The acidic impurities may be this SiO2, P2O5. Then you have to add basic nature flux. So that is called as basic flux. So example for basic flux, iron oxide, calcium oxide, etc. Okay. Same reaction. So here what is happening? Silica becoming gangue and calcium oxide becoming flux. So here gangue flux reacting and you are getting a one fusible mass. So that is calcium silicate. So like this, we will use the acidic and basic fluxes. So next, last one is slag. A fusible mass formed by the reaction of flux with gangue is called slag. Okay. So here what we are doing to remove the impurity present in the ore, we are adding some external substance. Due to that adding that external substance, what is happening? Reaction taking place between gangue and flux. Due to that reaction, you are getting one fusible mass. Okay, that fusible mass is nothing but slag. That means impurity will be removed in the form of slag, the form of fusible mass. Whatever the fusible mass you are getting, that fusible mass is called as slag. Okay, a fusible mass formed by the reaction of flux with gangue is called slag. When you add substance to the ore, whatever the impurity present in the ore, that will react with that substance. So whatever the substance we are adding, that is called flux. Whatever the impurity present in the ore is called gangue. That means there is a reaction taking place between gangue and flux. So due to the reaction between gangue and flux, you are getting a new product, that is fusible mass. That whatever the new product, whatever the fusible mass it is getting, that is called as slag. Okay. We got the difference between flux, slag and gangue. Impurity is called gangue. To remove this impurity, we are adding a substance is called flux. When you add flux to gangue ore, whatever the impurity present in the ore, that gangue will react with flux and you are getting a fusible mass. That fusible mass is called as slag. Okay. These are the some of the definitions related to metallurgy. So once again we will see. So first, what is metallurgy? It is the process of extraction and isolation of metal from its naturally occurring materials is called metallurgy. So what is a mineral? Compounds of metals found in nature associated with earthy impurities like mud, sand, stones are called minerals. It means metal will not exist in its native form. They will combine with other substances. That means they exist in compound form and with and some impurities like earthy impurities. Mud, sand, stones also associated with it. Those are called minerals. For example, hematite. Okay, this is iron is extra iron oxide. Magnetite, so it is Fe3O4. So that is called mineral. Then the naturally occurring minerals from which a particular metal is extracted conveniently and with minimum cost is called ores. So from which mineral we are extracting the metal, that is called ore. That means from all minerals we cannot extract the metal. So whatever the mineral from which we are extracting the metal, that is called ore. So remember, all ores are minerals, but all minerals are not ores. So maximum metals are available in which form? In oxide form, because oxygen is more in amount in earth crust, and this oxygen is very highly reactive. So this hematite is ore of what? Iron. That means iron is combining with oxygen, iron oxide. It is called as hematite. So hematite is the ore of iron. Then gangue or matrix. The impurity present in the ore is called gangue. Very simple. So whatever may be the impurity, the earthy impurities are unwanted chemical substance. The total impurities present in the ore is called as gangue. So impurity may be quartz, calcite, fluorite, siderite, etc. Then to remove the impurity present in the ore, what we are doing? We are adding some substance externally. Okay. The substance which is added to the ore to remove impurities in the form of fusible mass by lowering the melting point of ore is called flux. So fluxes are of two types. So what we are doing here, so whatever the impurity present in the ore, that will be removed by adding some substance. So how we are adding? We are adding by lowering the melting point of the ore. Okay, so particular ore is having some melting point. So we are lowering that melting point. Okay, so by lowering that melting point, we are adding some substance. So whatever the substance we are adding to remove the impurity is called as flux. And these fluxes are of two types. It is acidic flux and basic flux. The flux which is in acidic nature is called as acidic flux, and the flux which is in basic nature is called as basic flux. And when this acidic flux and when this is basic flux is used, it is based upon the impurity present in the ore. And the impurity is in basic nature, we will use acidic flux. And the impurity is in acidic nature, we will use basic flux. That means reaction should take place between this flux and that impurity. That's why we will use like that. If both are bases, if both are acids, there is no reaction. So acidic flux examples, SiO2, P2O5. And basic impurity may be iron oxide, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide. Then here come to basic fluxes examples, iron oxide, calcium oxide. So here SiO2, CaO. If this is flux, this is slag. This is gangue, this is flux. Okay. So here this is gangue, acidic impurity. Okay. Then basic flux. So what is happening? Calcium silicate. So whatever the product you are getting when gangue and flux are combining, that is called fusible mass. That fusible mass is given some name, that is called as slag. That means whatever the impurity present in the ore, that will be removed off in the form of slag. Okay. These are the some of the definitions related to metallurgy. What is metallurgy? What is mineral? What is ore? What is gangue? What is flux? And the types of fluxes, acidic flux, basic flux with equations, and then slag. There. Summary. So in this period, what we have discussed all the definitions. Definition of metallurgy, mineral, ore, gangue, flux, and slag, and types of fluxes. Then come to the objective type questions. So what type of objective type questions you may expect from this topic? Very simple objective questions. What is flux? What is slag? If you know the definitions, you can answer these questions. The impurity present in the ore is called. So what is the impurity present in the ore? Gangue. So answer is A, gangue. Gangue is nothing but impurity present in the ore. So option A, answer A is correct. The next, which of the following is a mineral of iron? So this is somewhat tough. So you have to remember. So mineral of iron. Which of the following is a mineral of iron? So bauxite, hematite, galena, cryolite. So you got no just now. Hematite is a ore of iron. You studied no. So answer is B. Next, which of the following metals has lowest melting point? So here some metals are given. So which is having lowest melting point they are asking. So option A antimony, B tin, C silver, D zinc. So which is having lowest melting point? Tin. Answer B. Tin is having lowest melting point. That means it melts at very less temperature. Then stainless steel is so called because of its high strength, high corrosion resistant, high ductility and brittleness. So stainless is so called. So why we are saying it is a stainless steel? He is asking. So what is the answer? B is the answer. High corrosion resistance. So that means it is resistant to corrosion. That's why it is so called. So answer is B. Then next. Which among the following is the most abundant metal found in the earth crust? So most abundant, excess amount of this metal will be present in the earth crust. So what is the metal he is asking? So A magnesium, B aluminium, C oxygen, D iron. So answer is B. So in the earth crust this metal will be available in more amount. So answer is B. Next, bauxite is an ore of. So here, bauxite is an ore of which metal they are asking? Iron, aluminium, mercury, copper. So answer is D, aluminium. So hematite is an ore of iron. So remember, you have to remember this. Bauxite is an ore of aluminium. Okay, this type of objective type questions you may expect in your entrance exam based on metallurgy. So here, based on metallurgy, no, so all minerals, ores, so which is the less abundant, which is the more abundant, like this they will ask. So next come to the questions. So what are the questions you will expect? All definitions. So define one more question. These all are one more questions. Define mineral, define ore, define gangue, define flux. And you have types of fluxes. So classify flux with equations. So in individual also they can ask, what is acidic flux? Give an example. What is basic flux? Give an example. Or for 3 marks question, classify flux with equations. Means you have to write this one. So first you have to give the definition for flux. Then these are of two types, acidic flux, and write the definition and write example and write this equation. That means when flux and gangue reacts, what happens? So similarly, basic flux. So what is basic flux? What are the examples for basic flux? And flux and gangue reacts. So what is the substance? So here I have given the same example here and here, but what I did? Here I wrote gangue, here I wrote flux. That means just names are changing. So acidic impurity, that is gangue. Basic nature flux, flux. So here what is happening? This is impurity, this is flux. Okay, same equation. So it will be very easy for you. Acidic. So types of fluxes are classify the flux means you have to write all these equations or just give what is the acidic flux and give example means write this definition and give any two examples or any one example. So what is basic flux means just write the definition and give this. So what is slag? Like this. So all definitions are very, very important for one more question. Any definition they can ask. Okay. Metallurgy, even metal also. What is a metal also? They can ask. I didn't write here. So what is a metal? So what is a metal means? Elements which forms positively charged ions and form, how they will form positively charged ions? By losing electrons and forms what? And forms basic oxides. Those are called metals. Okay. So like this you can define metal also. Metal, mineral, ore, gangue, flux, slag, and classification of flux. So among these, maximum repeated definition is, what is an ore definition? Maximum times repeated ore definition, and this gangue definition. Okay, ore definition and this gangue definition, and even flux also. Max, if these four definitions, okay, mineral, ore, gangue, flux. So metallurgy also, but here I didn't write metallurgy. So metallurgy also important, but maximum repeated definitions are these, and these definitions are for 1 mark questions. Okay, what is mineral, what is ore, what is gangue, what is flux, and give example. And you have to remember examples also. For gangue also you have to give example, for ore also, for mineral also, for flux. So now you got the difference between mineral and ore. Minerals means compounds of metals which exist in nature with associated with some impurities, earthy impurities or whatever the unwanted substance. Okay, that is called as mineral. And what is the ore? Whatever the mineral is there, from that mineral, the naturally occurring mineral, from that mineral we are extracting the metal conveniently and with minimum cost is called ore. The impurity present in the ore is called gangue. And to remove the impurity present in the ore, we are adding some substance that is called as flux. And when you add flux to the ore, this flux reacts with gangue and forms a fusible mass called slag. So like this we have to differentiate. So with this we finished definitions related to metallurgy. Okay, if you have any doubts, we will discuss doubts in the, we will clarify your doubts in the next class. So in the next class, we will study the concentration methods. Means here the impurities present in the ore that will be removed off. Okay, then only you can extract the metal. So first, whatever the metal you are getting from the earth crust, so you can't extract that metal directly. First, what you have to do? You have to remove the impurities present in the metal. So those methods we will see in the next class. Okay, thank you students.